This trailer. Oh, we're on? Jeez.
Yeah, we're on now. I just hit the button. Yeah, we're watching the Jupiter Ascending trailer.
Oh.
We got a nice little view of it. People our car. Welcome back to another Midnight Showings. As always, I'm Kelly.
I'm DJ.
And let me fix this just slightly over. It bumped itself on the way over. And we just got out of Selma. Non-spoiler version? You go ahead and start.
If you don't see it, you're racist.
White guilt trip.
White guilt trip.
Oh, I wish that this had come out at any other time of the year, that people would not be saying that.
Yeah.
Any other time, but because it comes out at the end in 2015, but somehow it's nominated for 2014's Best Picture of the Year.
Yeah.
Oh, it was in select theaters on Christmas.
Select theaters. Were we selected?
No.
Of course not.
Probably only the 2 theaters inside of Hollywood that matter selected. You know, the white one, the white people controlled ones.
The white people.
White people. Because this is really how everybody in Alabama really talks. And I don't want to sound insensitive, but that's how they picked most people in this movie.
Yeah, pardon me. I'm just exhausted from today. It was basically shit on me day at work today. I'm so pissed right now.
At least you got off a little early.
Yeah.
I hope you don't get in trouble for that.
I don't care.
Partially my fault.
Yeah, I don't care.
But yeah, non-spoiler version, go see this. I'd recommend it. It wasn't 12 Years a Slave. I'm sorry, as much as I hear people praise that movie, it was The Passion of the Christ without the religious implications to me. It was just nothing but beat the guy to death as much as possible, and we're racist because we're white people doing it. And
Yeah, I was surprised. They toned down a lot of the religious talk.
Mm-hmm. And I did like the scene especially where Martin Luther King prays on the bridge. I think that was one of the more powerful moments. Shout out to I forgot to get his name on the way out. The guy who played Kagger Ray. Kagger Ray? That was his last name, Ray, right?
Yeah, the older guy.
The old man.
The old man. That actor was amazing.
That man deserves the best Oscar.
He deserves an Oscar, he deserves a trophy, and he deserves a cookie.
Cookie, I don't know. My spike of blood sugar, he might not live long enough for him to vote.
Wow. Yeah.
That was insensitive.
He played a real life person who was the first African American to vote. I kind of want to tone down in his family since ever.
Yeah, he was the first one to vote ever.
At age 83.
4.
84.
And it's a spoiler, but when he's talking to Martin Luther King inside of as I said, spoiler, coroner's ward over the body of his son, that was
amazing, yeah.
That was probably the most powerful scene of the movie.
Him, his son, and his daughter are running from the police, the sheriffs in Selma, who basically use police brutality.
Oh, beyond police brutality.
Which wasn't a thing back then, apparently.
Well, police brutality and racial crimes especially was established after the Civil Rights Act in the 70s.
Yeah.
So it technically wasn't brutal at the times, but when the guy shot him, that's when he crossed the line. That was outright breaking the law.
They chased him into a diner and they pretended to blend in.
And
his son gets shot.
There was a lot of moments of this where it was harsh.
Yeah.
And very. I'm trying to find hard things to say. I know that I try to keep a joking manner, especially when we go to the bad films.
Yeah.
But this one, the only things that I have problems with are just
the cinematography at the beginning.
Amateurish direction at the beginning. You can see the filming crew in the reflections.
First 10 minutes, he was just going off. I'm like, would you shut up? I almost walked out because of that. Jeez.
I'm sorry. It's just for a film that about Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King. There's a lot of people you can make films about that you can get away with some stuff. But Martin Luther King is not one of those ones that you dick around with, and you sure as hell get your CGI guy to cover up the reflection of the filming crew inside of the right there. It was just one of those things that was bugging me, but thank God the rest of the film was so much more powerful, because... Yeah. And I don't want to sound insensitive to anything at all, I'm not, but this movie did have problems. It did. There was a few scenes that I think that they kind of... There's no problem with any of the characters at all. David Oyelowo... we're trying to pronounce his last name.
It's a really hard name.
It is a really hard last name.
He plays MLK.
Yeah, he plays Martin, and he was brilliant. And he was brilliantly written, showing, quite frankly, a more three-dimensional character than most fiction ever tries to do. And this was... They showed him his struggles with the family. They showed him just having conversations with his friends. They showed him just debating things, especially when they turned on the bridge and decided not to march.
Yeah.
That was the moment. That was the moment when you just like...
You could see it. I was feeling it. He was trying to subdue himself and not like lash out at the white people, because that's what he wanted to do, and I could see it.
And when Malcolm X came in, you thought that this was when shit got real. They showed him perfectly too. During the end of his, I don't really want to call it a reign, his movement, during the end of all of his, because he promoted a lot of violence during the civil rights movements.
Oh, yeah.
He's directly responsible for at least 7 or 8 bombings that I remember hearing about.
Yep.
And when he came in to defend Martin Luther, and everyone was getting...
Yeah. Pardon me. I'm going to step out for a second, because I believe I see somebody. You go on.
You go on? Okay. I'll do this video alone. I'm just going to drive back to my house. Yeah, he's going to go say hi to a friend. But yeah, the movie is just so... It is powerful in that last... that last 2/3 of the film is just so powerful that it is amazing. It's well directed. It's even better acted and better written. My only problem with it is just that first third that just felt like amateur hour. They kept doing things that that was not...
Sorry, that was an old buddy from work.
Yeah, and his girlfriend apparently.
Yeah, he actually dropped by work not too... right before you did.
Was he in the same film as us?
No, they went to see Woman in Black 2.
I feel bad for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first one had some merit. But the second one has none.
Oh, now we're getting into a movie we didn't even see.
It's coming. It's coming. I just think that these were a lot better films to do this week than that one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If we can actually avoid something that is completely 100% crap from start to finish for something that maybe just... Okay. We made the joke about it on the way out of the theater. I don't think we made it inside of here. But... Selma is nominated for 5 Golden Globes and 5 Oscars, as far as I know at the moment, including Best Picture for both sections. For 2014, this movie officially came out in 2015. You starting to see my little problem with there?
Yeah, like we said, it only came out in select theaters in 2014. Mm-hmm. That's why.
Which means that nobody saw this film and it's already getting a Best Picture nod. After singing it, I could actually see someone getting behind that. The last 2/3 of the film are so powerful. Hell yes, I could see someone getting behind that. I'm still debating in my mind, just which one was more inspirational, Big Eyes or this one. It's a pretty hard debate. But yeah, I couldn't praise this film enough. The first third is my only problems, and the BS politics behind it. But this film was just so great. I would have marched.
Yeah.
I would have marched all 3 times. I'm not even gonna joke on that one. That's a 100% legitimate comment.
Yeah. What would you do when they started chasing him down? That was interesting.
That
was terrifying.
they recreated the entirety of the actual video that was shot when they first attacked the Selma Bridge.
Yeah.
And they didn't hold back on the brutality of that. Showing even more than, I would even say that the original footage that they kind of spliced in did. And I feel really great about that leader who just turns to the other kid as they're walking the first march and just said, "Can you swim, boy?" As he just sees all of the straight troopers there. "Can you swim?" "Not many black swimming pools in these parts, sir. Hopefully you can run." And they knew it. They just knew that it was going to happen. That was what just really kind of sets that scene up so vividly. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Just... It's got some haunting imagery in this.
Yes, it really does. Sorry, the Jurassic Park 3 trailer is on. Woo! Or Jurassic World, excuse me.
This is technically the 4th in the series.
Jurassic World. Sorry, I'm just a little...
Out there, yeah.
Yeah.
We got a perfect view of Stadium 10's LED screens that are constantly playing all these trailers. Yeah. So we get... Speaking of trailers, should we comment on maybe the train wreck that we're all going to love watching coming out?
Yes. Basically, so I don't have much to say about this movie because I'm really not good with words and these things. But Selma was a really powerful film. That's why I leave it up to him on this.
Yeah. If you are anywhere on the fence on this film, go see this film. There is no not to. And by God, if I couldn't promote this and Big Eyes are probably 2 of the best films I have seen all year.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
And it's only January. There's more to come.
Oh yeah. I kind of meant 2014, but then again, I'd be guilty of the same thing. I'm getting mad at the Academy and Oscars for, or Golden Globes, whichever one it is. But yeah, we do want to make a quick little shout out so we can add some joke and humor to this to one of our trailers.
There is nothing to make fun about this except maybe the camera work in the beginning. But yeah, go see Selma.
Go see Selma.
Now for the fun part.
Terminator Genisys. Can I just say that this was a very inappropriate trailer to get at this movie?
Right? And of course, like every movie we've seen since, like, October, we get a rated PG-13 for a suggestive comment. Life of Adeline, whatever.
Adeline Kane or something like that.
Yeah.
Age of Adeline Kane.
Age of Adeline.
Yeah, it's...
Oh my gosh. I think we're just going to have to see that movie because we've seen the same trailer over and over.
So many times. It's the exact same trailer.
It's getting to the point I'm pretty sure I can recite it by heart. You look like this old friend I used to know.
Ma'am, it says you were born in 1908.
Yes, that's right.
That would make you 45. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Oh, that magical moment. Oh my gosh.
It was almost magical. You just got hit by a lightning bolt. You should be dead.
You swerved off the road instead of a snowstorm and into a river that's probably freezing cold. Then you got struck by lightning, which caused magical Disney-esque whimsy sparks.
I'm surprised this wasn't a Disney film.
As I said this to him, but we saw this movie. It was called Jack Frost. He turned into a snowman. Instead of the curious case of Benjamin Button. But yeah, no, the big one that we know is a train wreck, and it's coming, is going to be Terminator Genesis.
Terminator Genesis. Arnold Schwarzenegger comes back, and boy is he old. He was so old. What was that one, like, when he came out of, right when he came out of office, the first movie he did after that?
The first one he did, The Stand.
The Stand.
I think that's what it was,
So,
yeah.
like, when I saw that, I'm like, he is old and fat.
Yes.
Goodness gracious, he should not be making action movies.
I don't think that he's fat.
I thought he was, dude.
He's just bulky.
He looked like a Mad TV representation I saw where he tried to make Terminator the musical.
Okay. I don't see him as fat. I just see him as bulky. He doesn't have his six-pack. It's just kind of turned into one solid thing. But the thing is that he's gotten older, so instead of standing up and straight, he kind of hunches, and it looks a little bigger.
Yeah. There's a scene where he's jumping out of a jet or a helicopter as the Terminator. I'll be back. And he crashes. His hair is white. They could have at least got him some for Men or something.
No, I'm pretty sure that was actually intentional, because this movie is supposed to take place over like a span. The Terminator that they were supposed to send back. I think that another Terminator got sent back even further. And he's been waiting in time for this to happen. So that's how the whole tangent timeline happens. But if that's the case, you probably wouldn't be able to recreate the exact same opening sequence from the original Terminator with a new guy that we all hate as an action hero. But, and it's just me, but is she a hell of a lot younger in this version also?
Yeah.
Sarah Connor is like...
Okay, we're getting into a review of a movie that hasn't even come out yet.
Because there's nothing to make fun of in this film! Selma was so goddamn good, there was nothing! There was nothing that I could bitch about. Except for the camera crew and the reflection. With the exception of that, there is nothing in this film that I would ever say was horrible or misrepresenting. There was... Damn it, you got us back on the film. We were going to review this trailer, dang it.
Oh my god.
But yeah, and it's this film, there's no way we could stress how powerful this film was. It was well shot in the second half. It was well acted all around the board. I can't think of anybody who stood out as any kind of horrible character at all. They were all very great representations of these real life people. None of them. There's some people who would be turning in their grave if they saw some of the representations that end up happening to them.
Yeah.
And there's none of them that I would say are probably rolling in their grave at all.
Yep.
And
we'll get a couple actors, personalities that I didn't even recognize until the credits started rolling. Oprah Winfrey.
In the opening sequence, yeah. They gave her a lot of age makeup on that one.
Cuba Gooding,
or as we said, maybe they just took the makeup she has on her regular show off.
Yep. Cuba Gooding Jr., which I honestly thought was Terrence Howard, because I don't think they would have gotten Cuba for this. He's a little crazy.
Oh yeah, I really wish Cuba Jr. would actually be doing more solo films too. He's a good actor. He's a good actor. I want to see him in more stuff that he's the lead on. As good as he is as the lawyer here, he's only got maybe 7 or 8 lines. One of which being, objection, Your Honor. Because you can't have a lawyer who doesn't say that just in that monotone way.
Because that's what people think of when they think of
lawyers.
Lawyers. Objection. They made a whole game. They made a whole game series out of it. Objection!
I have evidence here that proves that you don't know your client as well as you think. That's a great game, by the way.
Yeah.
If you've ever played the Phoenix Wright series, it's awesome.
I had it on my iPad once, but they wanted money to continue. But Makes me feel dumb though. Spent hours doing the same level because I couldn't figure it out.
And it's just one big logic problem.
Yeah.
And it is for a lot more smarter people.
Yeah.
But hey, look, there's the trailer for the movie we're about to go see right now.
Yep.
Oh my god.
10:30, we're going to go see Taken 3, and we'll be back with another review, hopefully in a better lit area.
Yes, in a much better lit area. Probably the same lit area as last time.
Yep.
Or a similar one.
Everyone's probably coming out of Woman in Black.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
No.
All the people on Selma already came out.
I'm pretty sure that this is something else. It's probably maybe the Gambler or
Taken
Exodus. The other Taken that was playing before this. I wouldn't be surprised.
I heard it at work that the Gambler was not that great. I don't know.
I've only met one person who's actually seen it. And it's one of my bosses at work, and he said that it was meh at best. In which you got Mark Wahlberg and you've got John Goodman, who both have starred in a very, very crappy movie that sparked off this little series. But I still think that they are good actors. Mark Wahlberg is more of a just stupid action star, and John Goodman is more of the serious man. I think it could work. So, we'll see it eventually. Hopefully for this series. But, oh yeah, there was one other comment about Selma that I wanted to bring up. Common. The rapper Common.
Plays a priest.
A priest.
Plays one of MLK's followers who is a priest.
One of the guys that helped set up the entire run in Selma to begin with.
Yeah.
And he actually does a pretty good job, but at the same time, I can't see this guy as a priest. It's Common. I'm sorry, it's Common.
Well, Will.I.am is a mutant, so why not?
Oh, man. Well, we better cut this all short. So,
Yep.
Final recommendation, if you haven't gotten that from every time we've said it so far,
Yeah.
go see this film.
Go see Selma.
Go see it. Decide for yourself whether I'm wrong about the first third of it. But be sure to just look in the reflection. You can see them standing there. So, as always, see you
Next time.